Have y'all ever been like a rumble with your boys, right? Where it's like 5, 6, 7 of y'all fighting against 5, 6, 7 of them, right? And everybody out there scrapping, everybody getting it on out there, you know what I'm saying? And when it's over, y'all sitting back laughing about it, talking about what y'all seen from y'all individual vantage points, right? From y'all personal experiences. And the funny thing is that no two people have the same story because nobody's seen the same thing. Sometimes you might even be scrapping. You look over and look at your boy. You see him doing something he don't even remember, or you see something going on over there that he doesn't even recall because he was in it and he couldn't look at it from the angle in which you was looking at it. You seen it, he didn't. He in it. So a lot of times the vantage point matters. But what you do if you're gonna be real about anything is you take your personal experiences and vantage points and you talk to those that were with you in that battlefield, in that event, right? Those that were in that world with you, and you get their understandings of how it goes, and then you put it all together, and then you do something like you come to YouTube and you give it to the people for free. That's Brother Kush. If you're gonna attack me or try to correct me or check me or whatever you're trying to do, right? Number one, at least be old enough to have had some life experiences that would at least give you a foundation in which you could draw upon to determine whether or not what Brother Kush is saying is right or wrong. If you're too young and you know you haven't done nothing, haven't seen nothing, stay in your lane. Number two, if you're gonna come at me about relationships, don't let me click on your channel and see that you were subscribed to a whole bunch of anime channels or cartoons and game channels or tranny channels. What? Yes, I did say tranny channels. What the fuck? Yes, I've had several dudes come at me sideways about my views on relationships and how we deal with women and all this stuff. And when I clicked on their things to check them out, I don't do this anymore because it was too traumatizing, you know what I'm saying? But when I clicked on their profile to see if there was a troll account or a real account, they were subscribed to tranny channels and gay channels and all this stuff. I'm like, come on, man. Whole bunch of female channels. I mean, ain't no real man gonna be subscribed to a whole bunch of women channels, man. I think we gotta put ourselves in proper perspective before we try to put somebody else in proper perspective. That's a problem I think a lot of you people have. What I'm giving you is facts. Right? That's all I'm giving you. Now you can take it or leave it. So on this video, I want to just give some fundamentals about relationships. Relationships is important to y'all. I know they are, despite what y'all say. Women are very important to y'all, and I know they are, despite what y'all say. But we got some very, very simple fundamentals that you got to understand. Number one, there is no love where there is no peace. And there will be no peace where there is no respect. This is life in general. If people don't respect you, you're going to have problems. If you go into any environment and the people don't respect you, I ain't say they got to like you. They can hate your guts. But they need to respect you, because if they don't respect you, you're going to have problems. But when there's a situation where they respect you, then you will at least have peace, whether they like you or not. And if you have peace, what ends up happening is that you find some common grounds in there. And some of y'all even become sociable. Maybe not friends, but y'all could become sociable. Well, we have the same problem going on within the black community. What I see, now I'm tired of arguing with people. 2024, I'm not doing that. I'm telling you, we don't have no respect for each other. I'm telling you, black men don't have enough respect for the individuality of black women. You got too many brothers that think that men are supposed to own women. We don't. That is not how they go. You got too many women that think that they are supposed to own and dictate and control and manipulate and all kinds of stuff. Men, it don't go that way. It don't go that way. Even worse, you got a lot of women that want men to act like women around them. It don't go that way. We are messed up. We have no respect for the individual person that we're dealing with, right? Because for some reason we think that because I'm black and he's black, or I'm black and she's black, that means they don't have a right to be an individual. You know, they got to be whatever I want them to be. They got to be locked into this broad ideology of blackness that nobody really adheres to. Nobody. The most pro-black suckers in this country got some coon type ways, man. If you get to know these dudes and these women, man, you'll be shocked. You know what I'm saying? Nobody really adheres to any of this stuff. But they want to lock us into this ideology of blackness whenever it comes to our dating habits for some reason. Just to keep us locked into the chaos. We can't stay locked into chaos. Options also brings about respect and peace. When a person knows that you don't have to put up with their bull, they change. It's just what it is. Again, take men and women off the board. This is anything. If you're in a situation where somebody thinks that they have a leg up on you and they want to be abusive because of that, right? Because that's what happens when you think people are tied to you, right? This ideology of that he can't date nobody else because I'm a black woman, or she can't date nobody else because I'm a black man. This ideology has us believing that the other is locked to us, it's tied to us, tethered to us. And that causes a form of disrespect in itself, because if you feel entitled to something, you don't respect it. It just is what it is. If you feel entitled to it, you're not going to respect it. So if people understand that somebody else is not going to stand there and take your bull, that they're going to move on, now you got a different situation. So you might say, okay, but Brother Kush, can't they just move on to another black woman per se? Let's just use the black men as an example, right? Say, can't this brother just move on to another black woman? He can, but when the ideology is one of a culture, then this is not just as simple as moving from one individual black woman to another individual black woman. It's not that simple. When a certain belief is a part of their cultural views, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you saying that I don't need to put up with you, I'm gonna go get her, that works. I mean, that works for that individual. But if what you're getting out of the next woman is the same thing because of a cultural belief, now what you're dealing with is not something that's based on just the individual you're dealing with in front of you. You're dealing with something that's in their mindset collectively. And this is a problem. And I'm not saying on the other side of the coin that black men don't have these same problems, because they do. So that's not what I'm saying. I'm just using one example, right? This is a man's channel. I'm using that one example. So what the brothers got to understand is that you got to show them that you are willing to walk away. And being lonely is not hurting them, right? Sitting there post up little airplanes and stuff, that don't hurt them. In fact, nothing you're going to do really hurts them, because the way their mindset work, you're not hurting them no matter what you do. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to be hurt until they realize that, you know, something drastically has changed within the culture of black American men. And we are long ways from that. So an individual here or there going on with his life to make his life better so he can have some peace and pleasure in his life, that's not going to hurt black women collectively in any way. And you shouldn't do it to hurt them in any way. You should do it to better your own life. So that's another thing. Move to benefit you, not to hurt them. So when you say, listen, I'm not going to put up with this here, I'm going to just go on, which is the origins of MGTOW, by the way. I'm just going to go on and just do me, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to put up with this here. If this is a problem in y'all collectively, I'm going to just date other people, you know what I'm saying? Then you just go do that. But you don't do it to hurt them, because it's not going to hurt them. They're not going to even pay attention to that, you know what I'm saying, in reality. You know, they're not going to care. They're not going to care until a cultural paradigm shift happens. And like I said, we are a long way from that, right? Another thing, don't put yourself in a position to be taken advantage of. You know, simping behind these women, you know what I'm saying? Trying to compete with the next man by trying to stunt with your money and all that stuff, man. You're only setting yourself up for failure, bro. I did videos before talking about simple dating. Got a lot of thumbs down. Got a lot of flack, right? Dudes don't want to take a woman to a park no more, you know. I did videos talking about don't be buying these women all these gifts and stuff. My point to that was how I dated what I did. I removed every benefit off the table but me. The only thing a woman was going to get out of dealing with Kush was Kush and that wood. That was it. And if that's not what she wanted, if she didn't want the man, then she wasn't getting anything else. She wasn't getting anything else. I removed everything else off the table. It wasn't even on the table. My income wasn't your business. I had stores back then. My money wasn't your business. Now, I mean, I'm a nice dude, though. Don't get me wrong. I think a lot of times when I talk, people they really just don't really understand what I'm saying. It's not like I'm stingy or nothing like that. I bought my women all kinds of things. I buy them stuff all the time, you know what I'm saying? I say I don't do gifts. I never say anything about mistreating them or not buying things for. I never say anything like that. I say I don't do gifts. You know what I'm saying? You gotta hear what I'm saying. Because the gifts trigger a different type of emotional response that becomes addictive over a time period. And then you gotta deal with the law of diminishing returns. Look it up. The law of diminishing returns. Once the law of diminishing returns kick in, your gift, no matter what it is not gonna be good enough no more. And now, because she became addicted to how the gifts make her feel, she's not getting something that she wants anymore, and you start having problems, bro. Well, if you listen to me, I remove all it off the table. I take it all off the table. Hey, if you're not interested in just getting to know me as a man, as an individual, then we gonna stop this short. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna stop it short. I make women check themselves at the door to see if they really want to deal with me or if they're after something else, because they're going to learn very early on that if they're after something else, they're not getting it. If they're looking for a dude to simp all over and whine and down them, they're not getting it. If they're looking for a dude to jump all through hoops behind them, they're not getting it. If they're looking for a dude to act like a little puppy behind them trying to get some cat, you know what I'm saying, like a little dog you want to hump, you know, and do anything to get it, they're not getting it out of me. I don't chase pussy. Look, they're not going to get it out of me. You know what I'm saying? They're just not going to get it out of me. So what ends up happening is that if the woman is not sincere, she just moves on. And it's a natural, it's like water evaporating. It just dissipates so naturally, so fluent that you don't even notice that she's gone. And that's what I cause women to do, and that's what I'm telling y'all to do. If you play your cards right, you will force these women to check themselves at the door. Make them decide if they really want to get to know you or if they after something else. I remove everything else off the table. And I ain't shy about letting them know I removed everything off the table. Another thing, if you do something,